So Zach, I know when you have these season openers, there's a lot of things to work on after the game. In that sense, did this game, as sloppy as it was, did really serve its purpose as far as now knowing what you really need to work on for next week and the entire season?
Yeah, I think you learn a lot in your first game, and I think the guys get that transition of, practice, reps, and what it feels like in practice, and then, okay, game time, and then we can clean some things up, and you always learn from that first game. And, obviously it was a little sloppy, and, there was a lot of things in there from either operational stuff or whether it's, just the penalties that are taking us into, some tough situations. I'd taken a look at our third downs. I mean, we were rough on third downs in a lot of long yardage situations. So anyway, we gotta clean a lot of that stuff up. But first games, anytime you can come out with a win, feeling good.
The passing efficiency by Jaden Daniels on the one hand was really good, but not really extraordinary numbers. How do you feel about Jaden's performance?
Sure. No, I thought he did a good job. Obviously it was limited throws. I think we only had 22 plays in the first half. So I think we were about balanced, 50-50 in the first half. Obviously their offense went on, some drives and converted, and so I think we only had 4 or 5 possessions in the first half. So it was choppy, for us offensively. And then, in the second half, Jaden goes down a little bit, and then, we struggle a couple of series. And it just, we couldn't get into a good flow.
Your running backs performed, again, another excellent night for them. How would you kind of evaluate their performance, and just what are kind of the takeaways as far as the run blocking goes with the whole offensive line and how they did in that regard as well?
Sure. I mean, we'll have to look at it, from a run blocking standpoint, and see if those holds were holds or not. Obviously a lot of yards were taken back because of the penalties, but I thought our running backs did a really good job. They run hard. They're very active. They do a good job. In the run game, and they're very talented. It was good seeing Daniel getting in there a little bit, as well, and even some of our young guys, at the end. So we'll evaluate it, and I know everybody's excited for the first game, those emotions, and then now it's reevaluating how they handled it, how we handled it, and just getting better.
What were some of the standout positives or negatives in specific from this game, just right out the gate, obviously, without having looked at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, number one, getting the win is good. We can move forward being 1-0. I thought we were physical for the most part. Obviously, the penalties were a big factor, and just, the perimeter blocking, we want to take a look at that. But I thought the guys came out, they were ready to go, they were physical, and, we just got to clean up some of the mental errors and stuff like that. But again, I thought the running backs did a good job. Jaden was efficient. He left a few out there, but it's just one of those choppy games. We couldn't really get into a rhythm.
Do you think? I apologize, you've already answered this, but the penalties, do you chalk that up to just first night jitters, or was there?
I don't know. We'll see. I didn't physically see the holds and stuff, so we'll look on film and just and see how bad they were, or I know Johnny was driving a few guys out of bounds and stuff like that. And, I'm not sure yet. We'll have to evaluate that.
Coach, I know you said, first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Second of all, congratulations on that run game. And I know you said before the game that you wanted to show whatever you had, right? Like you weren't going to hold anything back. But I'm curious about that decision. I don't know if you wanted to get that much on film. Do you feel like you showed everything? Do you have any regrets, or do you feel like you are comfortable with where you are?
I think with the flow of the game and what it was, we got, we got some of the runs that we wanted to get out there. Obviously we weren't in situations to call a lot of the plays that we had, in the game plan and in the arsenal. But I thought that was just kind of the way the game flowed, in the situations we were in. And, some long yardage situations on third downs, being in those situations, and so that was tough. It made it tough. You couldn't really get into a rhythm and go through your sheet, as you wanted to.
Tell me about your offensive line. What did you think of their play?
I thought they were physical. I thought they did a good job. I thought we handled their pressures pretty well, and again, we'll look at it. But I thought they did a good job communicating. I don't think we had any true big time pressures on Jaden. I know early on he took the sack. That was kind of on him. He ended up having a pretty decent pocket and trying to escape the pocket and run, and he ended up getting grabbed. But yeah, I thought they did a good job overall, and they played physical, and they were in the game the whole time.
How did it feel to have Jaden execute that first play on the script with the great pass and the great catch by Andre to set the tone at the beginning of the game?
Oh yeah, with the deep ball.
Yeah.
It was good to see. And in the past, Jaden has, especially early in the game, sometimes that's been a tough one for him. And so and that was just a little conversion on a hitch, and seeing him give him a chance and seeing Andre go up and make a big play, that was huge for us, because I think that was a second long, second 15 or something like that. So yeah, the guys hit a few plays, and Jaden tried to scramble around and hit a couple scramble drills, and he's just such a good playmaker and gets us into, converts first downs with his feet a lot of times, and does what Jaden does. So
even though it wasn't a game that was like a extreme blowout, so to speak, are you happy you got to play so many younger players?
We are, yeah. Anytime you can get some younger guys, some experience, and build that depth, you want to do that. Because it's for those young guys, just being out there in that game-like experience, going through the operation, it's not practice, and so that'll benefit us in the future.
Herm talked earlier about seeing who's ready for the bright lights, and you have so many young wide receivers. What do you think of them?
There wasn't a whole lot out there to evaluate from.
Yeah.
So I know what we've got in that room, and I know they're all hungry, and they're probably all a little frustrated right now, not getting very many opportunities. But that's kind of the game we were in, and if we were able to convert a few more of those and limit our penalties, I think they would have had a whole lot more opportunities. But again, you got to adjust to every game. That's why every game's different. You can try to plan it as much as you want, but never comes out the way you plan it.
Coach, congratulations on the victory first off. I'm curious to know, on the offensive side of the ball, who are some of the more high-energy guys on the sideline, right? Because you got you guys like Jaden Daniels. Are there any guys even in practice that are, hyping up the teammates? Like, who are some of your high-energy guys?
I think like Case Hatch does a very good job. I mean, he's a motivational leader. He's a good energy leader for us, on the field, in the weight room, and Ricky Pearsall provides some of that spark, and he's kind of that energy guy too. Those would probably be the main two. Ladarius Henderson from an O-line standpoint.
Let's go down quick enough.
So those are probably the main guys.
Hatch kicked out a couple of nice blocks too on a couple of those touchdown runs.
Yeah, Hatch does a great job. He's a warrior. I love that kid. So he's awesome to be around. He works his butt off, and he's a true grinder.
We saw Trainum limp off the field and go into the medical tent. Do you have any update on Trainum?
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know where we're at with him, and I don't think it's anything serious.
Coach, thank you.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Yeah.